I've been teaching for about 8 years. I taught 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. That was challenging because the personalities are different, the attitudes are different. They know everything, and sometimes they know too much. I taught 3rd grade for 1 year and 1st grade for about 4 years. This year, Miss K is teaching kindergarten, and I must say that it is so challenging. It is one of those roles where you're like, oh my goodness, because kindergarten is literally the foundation. And sometimes the kids come in and they are 4 years old and they may need help with potty training or sitting down in a chair and woosah. But I am up for the challenge and I know I'm gonna do well. I'm not doubting that, but shout out to anybody who has ever taught kindergarten. My little sister, I think she's been teaching kindergarten for maybe 2 or 3 years. She did 1st grade, and I never even really asked her about it because she just did it. And you know, as sisters and as teachers, we share things with each other all the time. But I never asked her, like, girl, what was it like teaching kindergarten? We'll share stories. Like, you know, children, they say the darndest things. They spill the tea and all of that. But I never asked, how did you set up your classroom? Like, this stuff I can do. Decorations, themes, not a problem. The management is definitely a little bit different. But how do you do it? People always ask, like, I don't know how you do it. And I never thought to ask any of my other teaching friends, like, how did you do it? How did this? Never thought about that. Now, I'm like, wow. And shout out to my kindergarten teacher, Miss Wills. I went to Our Lady of Grace in the Bronx, and I'm friends with her on Facebook. My kindergarten teacher, I love her so much. You will always remember your teachers, especially when you're in kindergarten, 1st grade, elementary. I remember all of my teachers, but that first teacher, kindergarten, that sets the tone for how you feel about education, about learning. And I always loved being in her class. I loved the way I felt when I walked into class. I loved that she dressed so nicely. I loved the songs that we sang. And am I having a moment today? Yes. I'm having a oh my goodness moment. But a grateful moment because this space for me mentally as a teacher, it's like, when is the next vacation? You automatically counting down to the next vacation. Okay, counting down to vacation. But was I having a moment today? Absolutely. It's Monday. Monday is Mondaying. But I love my students. I will be keeping y'all posted every time I have a moment. Or even if it's not a moment, because this is not a moment where I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? It's just like, wow, Miss K, and you can do it. So of course, I'm gonna call my mother because she's my diary. I always call her, especially when I'm like having a moment, feeling a little frustrated and trying to figure out what am I doing. And I think as educators, we always, well, some of the educators that I know, our thing is perfection. But I had to realize with kindergarten, there's no such thing as perfection. It's about purpose. It's about happiness.